Let's explore the JavaScript spread operator. The spread operator is a powerful tool in modern JavaScript, denoted by 3 dots. It allows you to expand elements from arrays or properties from objects. Here's an example demonstrating its basic use. First, we have a const named numbers assigned to an array containing 1, 2, and 3. When we use the spread operator with console.log, it will print 1, 2, 3. Secondly, we have an object with x as 1 and y as 2. When we use the spread operator while creating clone, it will create a shallow copy of the object. This will help understand the fundamental usage of the spread operator, which we will further explore. Now let's dive into the basics of using the spread operator with arrays. The spread operator essentially unpacks array elements, turning them into individual values. It's excellent for creating shallow copies of arrays and combining multiple arrays together. Also, it seamlessly works within function arguments and array literals. Let us explore an example to understand this. We have 2 arrays, fruits with apple and banana, and more fruits with orange and grape. Using the spread operator, we create a new array all fruits by combining both arrays. The output here will be an array with apple, banana, orange, and grape. To create a copy of the fruits array, we can use the spread operator as shown here. By using the spread operator, we have created a new copy fruits copy. These are the basic use cases of array spreading. Now let's look at some advanced techniques using the spread operator with arrays. You can insert elements at any specific position within an array. Let's see an example of this. We have an array named numbers containing 1, 2, 5, and 6. Let's say we want to insert 3 and 4 in between 2 and 5. We can achieve this using the spread operator. Firstly, we take the slice of array before the required position. Then add elements 3 and 4. Then add the slice from the required position to the end. The resulting array new numbers will now contain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. You can also use the spread operator to remove duplicate elements from an array. Here, array contains duplicates. We can convert this array into a set, then spread the set again to create a new array without duplicates. The array unique will contain 1, 2, 3, and 4. Finally, strings can be split into arrays of individual characters using the spread operator. A string variable str_hello is converted to array of characters named chars using spread operator. Chars will contain H, E, L, L, O. These are some advanced use cases of the spread operator with arrays. Now let's shift our focus to the object spread operator. Object spreading is very useful when copying or merging objects. It allows you to create a shallow copy of an object, which is particularly handy for updating objects in an immutable way. Let us see how it works with the following example. An object called user is created, having 2 properties, name and age. To create a copy of the user object, we use the spread operator into a new object named userCopy. To add new properties or enhance the existing object, we can add them like role. The resulting object named enhanced will have all the properties of user, and the new role property as well. Also, you can merge objects using the spread operator. If there are common properties, the later properties will override the earlier ones. For example, we have 2 objects defaults and user prefs. We are merging these objects and storing in a new object named settings. Settings will have the theme property from the defaults object and the font size property from the user prefs object. This is how the object spread operator can be used for copying and merging. Let's explore some more advanced use cases of object spreading. The first use case that we are going to explore is nested object spreading. You can create deep clones of nested objects using object spread. For example, an object named user is created having the property settings, which is an object itself. To update a nested property in settings object, the parent object needs to be cloned, and then the nested settings object. Then we override the theme property by creating a new object in the same way. The new object named updated user will contain the updated nested object with theme property having the value light. You can use the spread operator to dynamically add properties to objects, including computed property names, like shown in the example. We have two variables, field which has the string value email and value containing the email ID string. We can use these variables as property and value, while creating the form data object using the spread operator. We also add timestamp using the date.now method. Conditional property additions can also be done using the spread operator. For example, we have a base config called default config, and we can add devconfig or prodconfig based on the isDev and isProd conditions respectively. The final config object will have base config values and properties of devconfig or prodconfig objects depending on the conditions. These are some of the advanced use cases of the object spread operator. Let us now turn our attention to REST parameters. REST parameters are denoted by 3 dots followed by the parameter name in a function definition. It collects the remaining arguments of a function into an array. The REST parameter must be the last parameter in the function definition. It is perfect for functions with variable numbers of arguments. REST parameters work well with destructuring patterns. It is useful for creating more flexible function signatures. Let's take a look at how it works. Here is a function sum with REST parameter numbers. This function will add all the numbers passed to it using the reduce method. REST parameters can also be used with array and object destructuring. With array destructuring, first and second variables get the first and second values from the array, and the remaining array is assigned to others variable. With object destructuring, name is assigned to name property and remaining properties are assigned to the details object. These are some use cases of the REST parameters. Now let's look at some real-world applications of the spread and REST operators. In React, for updating the state we should follow immutability, and spread operator helps a lot there. Instead of directly changing the state, we use spread operator and update the properties that we want. In the example provided here, we are updating the state, setting loading to false, and the data property from the API response. Similarly, in API request configuration, we can use the spread operator to merge the default and custom configurations. Here, the function makeRequest merges the custom headers passed to it with the default configuration headers and any other config passed to it. The same approach is used in form handling to combine default values with the form data collected by the form. Also, you can use spread operator to enhance a component. Here in this example, we are passing props and setting loading to false and theme to dark using the spread operator. These are some practical applications of spread and REST operators. Finally, let's discuss some best practices and common pitfalls to avoid when using spread and REST operators. When updating state, always prefer spread for immutable updates, instead of changing the object directly. When merging multiple objects, the order in which you spread them is very important because the later values override the earlier values. Be mindful of performance when using the spread operator with large objects or arrays in performance-critical code, since the operation can be costly. Be aware that spread creates shallow copies, where the nested objects still maintain the references and they are not deeply cloned. When using spread with class instances, the prototype chain will be lost. And finally, be careful with spread order when merging objects to avoid unintended overwrites. These are some best practices and common pitfalls to be aware of when working with spread and REST operators. If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit codelucky.com for more such useful content.